and today I'll be talking about Mycoplasma bovis in New Zealand. I chose this topic as it is such a current topic in New Zealand right now. Mycoplasma bovis is a bacterial disease found in cattle all around the world and was recently found in New Zealand in 2017. It is unknown how the disease got into New Zealand, but it only affects dairy cows and beef cattle. It causes illnesses in the cows such as mastitis, pneumonia, arthritis, abortions, and other illnesses. The Ministry of Primary Industries is trying to stop the spread of disease to possibly eradicate it in New Zealand. Once infected, the farms are put under quarantine and have strict biosecurity rules that they have to follow to keep animals away from other herds. It spreads through close contact of the animals, bodily fluids, and equipment such as milking equipment, artificial insemination, and veterinary equipment. It also spreads through the movement of stock from farm to farm. Restricted place notices and notices of direction have been given to infected farms and farms that have the potential risk of contracting the disease. These are to restrict the movement of any risk good, including animals, out of these properties. Recommendations such as having a fence 2 metres away from the boundary fence have been given to all farms, especially if stock is going to be in paddocks adjacent to neighbouring farms. Due to these biosecurity measures, there needs to be a lot more time and effort put into the movement and containment of the animals. All vehicles and equipment used on infected farms needs to be cleaned before going to any other farm. Milk from all dairy farms in New Zealand is being tested for the disease through bulk milk testing of cows with mastitis, lame cows, and other sick cows. In March, there were 28 infected farms, and the Ministry of Primary Industries decided to kill all of these cows. Around 20,000 cows are needed to be killed to stop the spread of the disease. As seen in the graph, these are the properties that are infected, have a restriction notice, or have the potential to contract the disease. The culling of the cows will have a massive impact on the farmers whose cows are being killed. The farmers are being compensated for their losses, but it will still have a massive impact on the families affected. Due to the large-scale culling of the cows, the farms affected will have a loss of production. Although some of the meat will go for sale, some of the cows are too sick to be moved to the processing works and will be killed on farm. Animal welfare is such a big concern of the disease as it affects the animal's health. Both cows and calves can contract the disease. Animals can be treated for their symptoms, but once they are infected, they will always carry the disease. If many cows in a herd are infected, then this could have a major impact on the production of the farm. For example, cows with mastitis can't be milked for human consumption as they are treated with antibiotics and must have a withholding period. This reduces the amount of milk that can be produced and that can be released into the market. Although there are no health safety risks in consuming products from infected animals, there may have an economic impact on the sale of meat and milk in and out of New Zealand, as there may be a perceived image of it not being as special. New Zealand is one of the last countries in the world to contract Mycoplasma bovis in its herds, and it has usually been seen as clean and untainted, but this new disease could threaten this image. This may mean that New Zealand meat and milk products aren't in as high demand, and the prices for these products could drop. China is one of New Zealand's biggest exporters, and the Chinese are very particular about the food safety of their products due to food safety scares in their own industries. Without Chinese buying New Zealand products, this could have a massive impact on New Zealand economy. As in 2016, dairy exports accounted for 29% of export dollars coming into New Zealand. The spread of the Mycoplasma bovis disease really needs to be controlled to help the dairy industry in the future of New Zealand.